first donned my uniform on Fozil Road.
The highest-ranking female Asian officer in the West Midlands.
The city of coming together.
Chief Inspector Kisra Banu was praised for her bravery, but we can reveal she's now taking the force to an employment tribunal. According to papers seen by Channel 4 News, Chief Inspector Banu, who's autistic, alleges disability as well as sex and race discrimination. She also claims she's been victimised for speaking up for a former colleague, the whistleblower Rebecca Kalam, and we've learnt she isn't the only one.
It tells us a lot of things about policing, that you're not only victimised if you speak out yourself, but also if you support somebody who's speaking out.
Rebecca Kalam was a firearms commander who won a tribunal against West Midlands Police after exposing misogyny, discrimination and a predatory culture. She told the hearing she was effectively driven out for whistleblowing.
West Midlands Police told us they're working hard to improve culture and standards. But since Rebecca Kalam brought her complaints, we've learnt that 5 other officers have been forced to lodge cases, 3 of them from the same firearms unit. 2 have since left the force. The other 3, says Rebecca Kalam, were victimised for speaking out in support of her. This despite the fact that the recent Angelini report into the death of Sarah Everard called for police whistleblowers to be protected.
One of the recommendations from the Angelini report was the fact that people don't speak out because they're scared, or they speak out and they get victimised. That is exactly what has happened in my case.
Those who spoke out and have now lodged their own complaints include Ms Callum's husband and Kisra Banu, who was her welfare support officer.
When's it going to stop? How can they say that change has been made when you've got all of these cases lodged against them and yet they're still in denial?
Does it make you feel as if everything you went through was for nothing?
It makes me sad.
West Midlands Police told us it'd be inappropriate to comment on live employment tribunal proceedings, but it said there's no place in policing for misogynistic, discriminatory or disrespectful behaviour. Ms Callum's also concerned that officers she reported over offensive social media posts and even predatory behaviour haven't been properly held to account, including a colleague she says exposed himself to her, who's since left the police.
We're both running on the treadmill and said to me, "Bex, look at this." And I looked over and looked down and there it was, just...
He'd exposed himself?
Exposed himself right to me. I nearly fell off the treadmill because I was so shocked. Immediately told him off, but nothing ever happened.
He was never disciplined for that?
No.
West Midlands Police told us the matter didn't meet the evidential threshold for a referral to the CPS and it was filed.
And so the concern is that these low-level offences could escalate?
Yes. That to that individual and his friends and his colleagues was low level. It was banter, it was fun, you know, we'll just whip it out here for Bex to see. That isn't low level to me. That is serious offending behaviour that is, as we've seen with Wayne Cousin, a precursor to potentially other things.
Wayne Cousins was a serving Met officer who murdered Sarah Everard. A subsequent inquiry found police had missed his prolific sexual offending, ignoring red flags when Cousins repeatedly indecently exposed himself.
It is time certain types of behaviour are simply not tolerated in policing.
Rebecca Kalam says she'll now campaign to bring about that change. She started by giving away most of the compensation she won from West Midlands Police.
Hi, how are you?
It's great to meet you.
A payout of more than £800,000. We filmed her as she visited one of the charities she's donated to.
Why did you decide to give all of that money away?
Because I never asked for it. I never wanted one penny. The Centre of Women's Justice do such good work around police perpetrated abuse. That's what's happened to me, as much as I hate to admit it. So to give something back is a real positive.
West Midlands Police told us they've taken positive action on all reports to them, including in relation to a number of staff.